Heyo everybody, Haku here with my breakdown of June 2nd's Pokemon trailer for Pokemon Sun and Moon, and it's the Explore the Alola region trailer. I have no idea what I'm going to title this thing or put in the thumbnail, geez. But let's get into breaking this thing down. I'm not going to have any images on the screen for this one. I'm just going to talk through and discuss what I saw and what I think it could all mean and lead to, because I think that actually the map and stuff, we might have a good idea of where we might be going and what sort of gyms that this region might have. I think it's giving us a little bit of a open, I don't know. It gives us a little bit of a hint. So getting into it first, we see Solgaleo is Psychic Steel and what? So it doesn't look like either Psychic or Steel, especially not Psychic. Like I said, I still think that any combination of Fire, Rock, and Fighting would have really matched the way it looked. Like Fire Rock, I could see. Fighting Fire, I think, would have been a really cool combination, because it would have been like a bigger, badder version of the Musketeer Pokemon from Gen 5, and it would have the Fire secondary typing, of course. So Fighting Fire, I think, would have been what I wanted most for it, even though I hate firefighting Pokemon. Fighting and Rock, I could have also kind of seen. And yeah, so any combination of those three I think would have made more sense to me. Also, we see that it has a move that ignores the opponent's ability called, what was it called? Sunsteel Strike. And it looked really cool. It looks like it's going to maybe have a dual typing. I think that's pretty interesting if it will have a dual typing, like if it's a Steel Fire move or a Psychic Steel move. I could see it being a Psychic Steel move, or like even Fighting Steel, kind of, again, making more sense with the Fire or Fighting, with like the way it moved and attacked and stuff. Fire and Fighting both made a lot more sense than Psychic or Steel are making. And it also has an ability called Full Metal Body, which prevents stat lowering, which is pretty damn good. But it is essentially Clear Body. It does, the ability does already exist. It's Clear Body. Tentacool has it. So Tentacool did it first, but yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird how they gave both of them abilities that already exist and just gave it a new name. So Full Metal Body is Clear Body. And I gotta say, the thing I think about Solgaleo now is, I don't know, I really like Bronzong, and I like using non-legendary, so I'd almost still rather have a Bronzong in my team than Solgaleo. So the typing definitely took him down quite a bit in my book, and I'm still firmly Team Moon. And talking about Team Moon, next up is Lunala, who we find out is Psychic Ghost. Interesting that both legendaries are Psychic. I am a little bit disappointed because Ghost doesn't look like it fits Lunala at all. And we just had Psychic Ghost with Hoopa, even though I really dislike Hoopa. So I'm definitely going to prefer to use Lunala over that. And Lunala does look really cool despite Psychic Ghost having some glaring weaknesses. And again, I think for the design it doesn't make as much sense as, like, Psychic makes total sense. Psychic makes total sense for Lunala, but Fairy, Dark, or Flying all would have made way, way more sense for a secondary typing. Like, Psychic Dark, I could 100% see. Psychic Fairy, 100% again. Psychic Flying, they all would have made perfect sense. I just don't see Ghost. And again, the signature move does the same of ignoring the opponent's abilities, and it could be double type again, but I think that Salamence didn't resist Sunsteel Strike, so that one might be Steel, if anything, and because it wouldn't be Fighting or Fire, or I'm not sure if Psychic would be resisted or not. So fighting and fire would be resisted by Salamence. So it's got to be steel or psychic, or perhaps a combination of both. And the same goes with Moongeist Beam, which is Lunala's special, and it could be another dual type. It could be a psychic ghost type move because it is super effective against Gengar. Psychic is super effective against Gengar, and so is Ghost. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're both super effective against Gengar. So it could be either, or it could be both. It could be a dual type. And again, with the abilities, this one's ability, what's it called, like Moon Shield or something? I have it written down, hold up, Shadow Shield, which means it takes less damage at full HP, but that's multi-scale. That is what multi-scale does. So again, it already exists. But I will say I still like Lunala. I would still use Lunala, but the typing, again, doesn't make very much sense, just like with Solgaleo. Now here we go into Alola region, obviously based on Hawaii, and we get to see a full map of it. And from this map, I'm going to just see what I think I see on each of the islands and what I think it could mean, where I think we could go from here. First up, we have the information that there are going to be four natural islands and one man-made island, which makes me think Magearna is a man-made Pokemon. Are we getting Magearna in this game? Or, well, we'll likely be getting Magearna. I mean, we have to, right? Because I don't think Magearna had an event for X and Y. It didn't. So yeah, Magearna likely going to be in Gen 7. It might be a Victini situation where it's the first, technically, of the generation. Or we could have more man-made Pokemon. Complete and total possibility as well. So I think from left to right, first we have this tiny little island. Doesn't look like much of anything's there. It might be something special that we have to go do there. Then our first big island. The first one has this little village that looks kind of like a Pacific log town kind of village, like out over the water. It has these really awesome rock formations and stuff that I absolutely love. And it has what looks to be like a black sand beach. Like, there's some place in Hawaii that has a black sand beach that it's famous for that black sand beach, that place is. So I do think that that could be the area that is based on, and it makes me think we could see our first dark type gym there, or always a ghost type gym. I think ghost fits really well with this region, given like Hawaii and the superstitions and stuff like that. And of course, Phoebe from Hoenn looks really tropical, like she comes from a tropical place. She could be from the Alola region. That could be very interesting. So I think a dark or ghost type gym could be there, and of course the big rocky area. I think there could be a ground or rock type gym there. Then the next island we go to is the one we've already seen. Looks like we've got a big crater, a city, the starting village. So stuff like that a bunch of people have already gone over. I think that city may be where our first gym is that we go to, and I'm thinking maybe a normal type gym. It might be something else like that is like maybe a fighting type or something. That'd be interesting as your first gym, but I personally think it's probably gonna be just a normal type gym or something. The third island from the left has this chain of volcanoes. It has this really awesome looking water area. I really want to go to this water area. It looks so cool. And it has a big grassy plains-ish area with some trees and different layers and stuff. So a big grassy area as well, and a city, and what looks at the very bottom to be an airport with a runway, which of course I think Soar will probably return in this game. And there might be planes going back and forth around the islands or something that you can use to travel. And probably boats as well, I would assume, before you learn like surf and soar and things like that. So I think that island has the most potential for me because of the chain of volcanoes, the really cool looking water area, and the really cool layers of grassy area. I think that we could have a fire type, water type, and grass type gym there. And I think that'd be amazing since they are the 3 types that we've had starters of this entire, like, 20 years with Pokemon. If there was this one island that had a fire, water, and grass type gym, respectively. So if the island has all 3 of those gyms, that'd be really, really cool in my opinion. Now the 4th island, the one to the far right, is really, really interesting because it looks like we have some ice-topped mountains. It looks like we have what appears to be a power plant, this weird walled-in place that maybe a temple or something. That, I don't know how much sense that makes. Some sort of temple or something. It seems like we have this really big port city with a lighthouse and stuff. There's 2 small villages there. There's what looks like a water route with a bunch of tiny islands dotted in it. So this, I think we could very well have an ice type gym at the icy mountain top area, and also I don't know. There are a lot of potentials for what the last gym could be. I think fighting type makes sense. Poison type makes sense. Electric makes sense as well. So does steel for that sort of area. So any of those makes sense. Back at the airport on the previous island, I wouldn't say flying type gym because we've already had one of those at an airport in Gen 5. So I'm just going to say no to that for now. Of course, any of these islands I think could have a ghost type gym because ghost just makes a ton of sense to me for this area, given that Phoebe looks like she's from there, and I think Phoebe may come into play again somehow. And then we have this one weird area in the middle that looks like it could be the man-made island, and I think that is going to be the well, it could be the evil team's base, the man-made island. That would be a really cool evil team base. Or if it's not the evil team's base, it could be the Victory Road and Pokemon League of this generation. And that's all we get there before we get some gameplay footage. Everything looks so nice. Everything is like really cool. The way it sort of, I don't know, it looks bigger and more open, and I really, really like that. Then we get introduced to a few characters. We see the character customization, and then we see Professor Kukui, and so he is the professor, not the dude with the little Hawaiian shirt and the white hair and stuff. Then we see Lily and Waifu Taimu. It's Lily time. But seriously, hentai fans rejoice. She is here, and there is going to be some good stuff out there. But I'm really liking Lily's design. I'm also really liking Hal's design, and he appears to be our rival for this generation. And I really like his design because all of the other Pokemon rivals to me have 2 things that they seem to fall under more often than not, and that's either like the really, really bad edgy stuff like they tried in Gen 5, that the edgy stuff was not very good. It was the worst stuff. And the really lame stuff like Barry from Gen 4, or the little kids following you around in Gen 6. So it looks like Hao doesn't fall into the lame or the edgy group, which is really, really cool. He seems like he's just a happy, normal trainer, but also he doesn't seem like a happy, normal trainer in the lame sort of way like Barry and the little kids did. He seems like he could actually be like a force to be reckoned with and could turn out to be a really tough rival. So I do like Hal's design a lot. It's really unique as well. I like it. And then at the very end we see all of my yes. We see that you're getting a special talking Pokedex inhabited by a Rotom. It's essentially a body specifically made for a Rotom to inhabit, to be a talking Pokedex. So I love that, and it allows you to communicate with Pokemon and stuff. I love it. I love the way they're going with it. It's a really cool feature, so I'm really happy with everything we saw in this trailer. Still a bit on the fence about those legendary typings. They just don't make sense to me at all. And also the fact that they didn't just say, hey, clear body and multiscale. They just gave them new names for the same abilities. But either way, gonna not be too negative on that. So anyway, I am very excited, and I'll hopefully be bringing you guys more news whenever more news comes out. So thank you for watching. Of course, like if you did like this video, comment down there, tell me what you think of everything we saw in the trailer, what you thought of my thoughts on it, where you think it could lead, the gym types and everything. So yeah, all that cool stuff. Subscribe for more Pokemon, Kisnaver, One Piece, Walking Dead, Tower of God, a lot of stuff. Monmusu as well. Just subscribe for a bunch of stuff. If you don't know, I'm doing a Pokemon Black 2 Nuzlocke playthrough, if you want to check that out. So, yeah. Self-promotion. Hashtag ad. But, follow on Twitter as well. If you want updates when I'm posting stuff, pushing stuff back, I'll try to keep you updated there, best I can. And that's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.